All right, we're on.
Okay. It is 12:02, and I'm going to call today's meeting to order. Thank you for all for coming. Small meeting, which is fine. We don't have that much to go over. For those of you who don't know, my name is Rebecca Young, and I am the PTO president. Much else to say? Does everybody want to go around and introduce themselves? Sure. Okay.
Erin Ferris, secretary.
Editor, grad communications.
Oh, sorry, Kristen House, my fault. Nicole Fowler, treasurer.
Okay. And Ms. Jones, do you have anything to report?
Well, that next week is spring break. So people should not bring their children to school next week. However, before that, on Friday, we're going to have a super fabulous day here at the Rock and have Celebrate Texas Enrichment Day. So lots of fun things are being planned throughout the different grade levels that day. And it's just, there's some cowboys that are coming up to do different demonstrations for a couple of grade levels. Individual grade levels have planned that, and kindergarten's having their annual rodeo, and I think is there a singer coming that day? Yes, another like a Texas concert. Anyway, there's a lot going on, and so it's going to be really fun, and we'll end the day with a sing-along, and then we will have our spring break the next week. So after that, I can't think of anything huge coming up other than that. The resurfacing on the track is finished. So many of you I know have seen that. So we thank the city for helping us out with that expense. I think we've already talked about it last time, but again, we have our new long, wide sidewalk over on the side, which is perfect for the rainy weather that has set in. So that's great. So people aren't standing in the mud and ants and those things. I was informed recently that we will this summer be getting a new roof on our school. And so that's great because we have some leaky spots. So after the roof's fixed, then we can fix some tiles and things like that. So just exciting maintenance kind of things happening at the Rock. Do any of you have any questions about anything? All right, just keep reading the Jonesy News. Yes. It's become one of my favorite things to write every week. So, and I'm not kidding, I really like it. So I love to keep in contact with you guys, and people at home, if you're watching, make sure to read those emails and respond if you have a question. I love every week I get 2 or 3 responses from parents that I think normally wouldn't have emailed me, except it's easy to hit reply, and I love that. So it's great. Keep it up.
Ms. McMurray's not here, but we have Ms. Foley here today. Ms. Foley, do you have anything to report?
She didn't say anything. I guess not. She usually says, "We're just so thankful for this." Thank you.
I know that the number of Amazon boxes that have come through the office since the grants were given out is absolutely incredible, and people come in and squeal like it is Christmas every time they find a stack of boxes. So
yeah, I got they'll give me $150, and I went through Scholastic, and I was able to get like 55 books.
Yay!
Yes,
I found a lot of dollar ones.
That's the way to do it.
That's wonderful.
That's a lot of books to fill your library with. That's practice how to teach me how to shop. Not much on 4 books this weekend. Okay, Treasurer's Report, Kristen and Nicole.
Okay. So, as always, we have our monthly report. That's the ins and outs in the account for the month of February. And then the other one is the updated yearly budget. That one is the one that has a whole lot of information. One thing I did this time that I thought would be beneficial as we are entering the latter part of the school year is I've grayed out the line items that are complete. So you can look and see that like we've completed those lines. So the ones that are still white, I would have done color, but my color ink cartridge is out. So I just did gray. But the ones that are still in white are the ones that, we still have items that need to come in or out. And I know I went over this at the beginning of the year, but just to reiterate, the top half of that budget is any events or items that we have ins and outs. So anything that we have money coming in and potentially have money going out. The bottom half of the budget is just simply expenses. Those are items that we are only sending money out. Does that make sense? So that's why they're separated like that. And you can always look and see, if you look in the far right column, that is whether we were over or under budget in that, on that item. There's always, like, for instance, if you look at like the book fair dinner, for instance, if you look at the budgeted income, we were not budgeting to make any money on that event. That's a family event. If we make money, it's a bonus, but we don't, that's not a fundraising event for us. So like, we budgeted to make zero. However, in the end, if you go all the way over to the over under budget, we did end up making $254 that night. So that's kind of how the, excuse me, the yearly budget works. So I thought that might be helpful as we, like I said, start getting towards the end of the year and looking at where the monies are going to end. As we transition the treasurer position over to Kristen, I just want us to have a handle on all of that. Our fiscal year ends July 31st, and then we start the new one August 1st. So we, as a on the budget year that month, and then it starts August 1st for the new budget. So everything has to be closed out, and we always work really closely with the office and make sure, the big items have cleared the account by July 31st, and we close it out. But so that'll kind of give you all an idea where we stand. A couple of things that came through since February 28th. We did receive the Taco Casa check for the Spirit Night. That was $178.21, which I thought was good for that little Spirit Night. And then we got Roadhouse money. That was $200, excuse me, even. So both of those deposits went in after, so they're not reflected on these, but I wanted to let y'all know that. One thing that we have realized that we're facing is that we may not receive our Spirit Night money from McDonald's. So if y'all have any connections with McDonald's, please let us know. I'm not the Spirit Night chair, so I don't want to speak incorrectly, but my understanding is that corporate McDonald's, that our location where we Spirit Night out of is now become a franchise. And so corporate is who owes us the Spirit Night money. It's now the people running it are a franchise owner. And so we have to go through corporate to try to get those funds, which is almost $500. And they are not wanting to be forthcoming with those funds.
I will be happy to take that over if you'll get me contact information.
Sure. Yes.
And Becca has all that information as well, because we're in the same boat with another organization that we work with on a Spirit Night. And so she's been working, and then Rebecca and Mary and Gaston are the two that have been. But Becca does have all that information if you want to snag it from her, if I forget to get it to you. But yes, definitely, we need to try to fight that because it's, it's the money we were told. And I do actually have, which I can get you a copy of, the statement from the end of the night that says this is the amount you're going to get.
Right. And is there a contract signed before you do those nights?
No, it's not a contract. I mean, it's just we do everything. We have never had an issue.
Right.
McDonald's has always been good to us.
Well, and how unfortunate that our families went there under that premise, and now that would be unfortunate for the company. That would be some bad publicity.
Well,
for them.
the man who's the manager now of the franchise one is ridiculously apologetic. I mean, he's so sorry, but there's nothing he can do about it. So we still have a decent relationship with that McDonald's itself. We just are not able at this point.
Well, here's the thing. McDonald's makes a lot of money. Give us our $500.
As Rebecca said, it's for the kids.
It's for the kids.
Who eat all of your unhealthy hamburgers. I said
That's right, I hear those
on
ads.
the video. Thank you.
This is actually titled a Mixed Teachers Night Event Agreement, and it does have signatures.
So there you go.
Oh, okay.
So-
I need a copy of that.
And
Nicole, so
then,
that I can-
yes, So anyway, just wanted to kind of throw that out there so that if you're looking at the budget and wondering why that McDonald's money has not hit, we did make $40 on pie sales that night, and we also made $31 for the drawing. But that's all we actually have in the account at this point. So I think that's it. The board, we will be discussing donating to the new startup PTO. Robin, if you want to get in on that discussion, when a new school opens in our district, the citywide PTO asks the PTOs at the existing schools to donate money to get them a startup account at the new school that opens, and we have the Contrail opening their account right now, their PTO. So we just will be discussing what to give to them.
Yes, and that's something we should add in the budget for the next few years, because we have, yes, we have another, what, is there another middle school?
A middle school next year and elementary the next
Elementary
year.
in 2019.
So we just have, the Contrail, and then we have the middle school, and then they pushed back the next elementary. But
Yes, but it's.
but definitely
still
for
the
next
following
year's
year.
budget,
Yes,
for
it's
sure.
still, so.
So
something
anyway,
we should-
something to think about. So that's all I have. Anybody have any questions?
No, I will say, in terms of Texas Roadhouse, the amount that I was told was actually less, so I think they were generous and gave us a little bit more to break it even. So that was very.
Yeah, well, yeah, Marion said it was like $197.20.
Okay.
They didn't have the check ready, so it was once again, my goal is always transparency. So if anybody watching or any of you guys ever have any questions, please ask. Email me, and I will get to them as soon as possible. So that's it.
Thank you very much, Nicole. Erin, do you want to go ahead?
I don't have any updates today, just that we need to vote on the minutes from the February 7th meeting.
I've moved to vote for minutes.
My second. Oh, sorry. Christine can have it. I'll share it.
All in favor?
What's their name in the minutes?
Okay, thank you. Kendra, do you have anything to report?
Not really. I mean, we've got different events coming up. We're trying to get stuff cut back into Facebook, and we can now post there again. And we've got stuff. I need to update the website. So hopefully by the next few days, we'll have all the minutes and the financials back up there. So if there's anything else, if you're not getting the e-news, which goes out pretty much every Sunday evening, it might not go out this Sunday, but pretty much every Sunday we try to get that out. So if you're not getting that, let me know. Send it'll be in the minutes, which will be on the website. Email me, and we'll make sure we add you. That's pretty much
On to some new business. Erin, do you have a spell-a-thon update at all?
Yes, so we have the fundraising part of Spell-a-thon is wrapped. The packets and pledge forms and money and all of that were due back to us yesterday, Monday. However, since we are not reconciling and counting and all of that until tomorrow, then there've been a few trickling in, we did that intentionally because there's always a few that kind of trickle in the next couple of days after the deadline. So we don't have an amount total yet because we'll be figuring all of that out tomorrow, but so far so good. Things are looking okay with that. We will on Friday be determining who our winners are, and then on Friday morning going around and distributing the prizes for the kids and the teachers who took home top awards for that fundraiser.
Well, thank you. Other news, fundraiser chairs are always needed. And we, Kendra, Erin, and myself went to the PTO Today Expo in Houston last month, and it was a lot of fun. And we got to look at all the different fundraising options available to us. Of course, we're going to do Booster-thon, but we're looking at more of what product sales are available. So if you're interested in helping us make a decision on what we would like to do next year for Rock Prairie, this would be a perfect job for you, and we appreciate your input. Next month, I'm going to start putting out flyers for the different chair positions that will be available. If you currently aren't sure, leave, I will email you and ask if you would like to continue doing what you're doing. And then if not, we'll open that up to someone else. Let me think here. Playground updates. Ms. Jones already touched on that. So the next thing on the agenda are buddy benches. We spoke last week as a board. This is something that our school does not have, and we've been talking about it for a while. But we approved the purchase of 2 buddy benches to go on the playground. One in the kindergarten section for the lower grades, and one in the upper elementary section. Ms. Jones, would you like to talk about what buddy benches are? And sorry.
No, excuse me. Buddy benches were actually designed by a student, and I cannot remember in which state the student was from. I don't know. Illinois somewhere is coming to mind, but I don't know if that's absolutely correct. Anyway, he thought that it may have been like a 4th or 5th grade age student, I believe, thought that it was really sad when there were students on the playground that didn't have anyone to play with, and he saw them kind of playing alone. So we thought, what if there were a spot where if you didn't have a friend to play with, you could go sit there, and if other people saw someone sitting there, it would trigger their memory to say, wow, that person needs someone to play with, and go ask them to play. So that's kind of the concept of a buddy bench. It's not a magic bench, it's just a bench. But there is a company that has made them and labeled them as such. And so they're cute, and I say buddy bench, and have some fun pictures and stuff on them. And then actually it's a lesson that needs to be taught. And so I know our counselor, Ms. Chamberlain, is happy to help with that with the different grade levels and give the teachers the language to continually use with the students. And then the teachers really help continue fostering that on the playground. So just another way to spread kindness, I think, and teach empathy and caring between our students. So thank you very much. We're excited about those being out there.
You're very excited also. The butterfly garden, I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. I think we have a service day set for April 22nd. I think it's coming. Is that our for sure date?
Yes.
So April 22nd. I'm very excited about that. I have lots of seeds and lots of things to do. So that's what I have right now.
And that's a Saturday morning. It'll be the same kind of event as last time. Come ready to work. It was a lot of fun. It was a really great morning, and I'm looking forward to doing it again. Seeing what the garden looks like in the spring.
What will the time frame be for that? Sorry, did you say that? I'm not sure if that's set yet.
I don't think
It'll probably be 9 or 10. I think it's what we do.
before it gets too hot out.
It'll be a little bit of time to see that. Hopefully.
Book fair. We had a successful spring book fair. If you all came out to Science Night, it was a lot of fun. It was really crowded. Kids learned a lot. I felt. I mean, everyone I talked to just really loved the event, and I'm glad that we were able to have it on campus here. And I hope it is something that will continue to happen. Staff appreciation. We have soup, salads, and
Sandwiches and sweet
sandwich. Oh, okay. Go ahead. You can do that one. You can do
That's
that
why
one,
I'm like,
yes.
we were setting up for tomorrow. I think we have everything we need for that. We have everybody filled up the sign-up sheet for it, so we're really excited about that tomorrow. And I think Olive Garden is donating 5 jumbo salads. So if you guys go to Olive Garden, say thank you on behalf of our prairie. They've been very generous with their donations for us this year. But yeah, I think we have everything we need. Drop-off starts at 7:15 tomorrow, and Rachel and myself, we will be out there with carts, so just flag us down if you see us, and we will come and get whatever items you are dropping off, and we will bring it inside for you.
The next thing is we have the citywide PTO meeting coming up, and if you're interested in helping us out with serving lunch that day, please let me know. We don't need a lot of help, just maybe an extra hand or two to kind of get things ready and organized. We'll be starting to set up, I think, around 11 a.m. that morning, right here in the library. And we have Texas Roadhouse Catering. Becca Johnson is making her amazing cupcakes. And And so if you would like to help us out with that, that would be great. And just go ahead and email one of us or post to the Facebook page.
What day is that?
It is March 26th.
What is it again?
22nd.
March 22nd.
March 22nd.
And is there an actual sign-up sheet for that, or you just?
No.
Okay.
There is not an actual sign-up sheet.
At 11.
I'm sorry.
It's a citywide PTO.
Oh, okay.
Citywide PTO meeting. Schools are asked to host once every couple of years as more schools open. There'll be more of it to go around, but it's a time where principals or administration and the PTO presidents meet and they just talk about collectively what's going on in the district and other news that we should just share with our parents about what is happening. But it's a fun time. They gave a really interesting talk on cyber talk last week, and I realized how not in the loop I am, and that my kids are never going to get a phone, and it's very interesting, especially coming from an elementary level and seeing how different it is on the upper levels for our students. And if you're interested in serving on the PTO board for Cypress Grove Intermediate School, I know that they would love to have you. So any fourth grade parents moving on there next year, please reach out to them and see how you can help. Yearbooks have already been ordered. We only ordered just a few extra. So if you are wanting one in May and you haven't already ordered one, I would ask that you email us now. You don't necessarily have to pay for it now, because this way we can just have kind of a running tally of how many people actually want an additional yearbook if you didn't already order one, because last year I believe we ran out and people were asking for them. So I do have some other items that I quickly just want to go over that came from the citywide PTO meeting. We have our food drive coming in April. We will have a basket outside, HEB basket, and students collecting food and monetary donations. All the schools participate for this throughout the city, so it's a traditional thing. Some of the middle schools and high schools go really all out, but we just like to keep it low key here. The other thing is the new school.
Dates for that? Sorry.
It's in April.
But we don't know the exact dates.
No,
or
we
we
don't
do?
know. Back on this yet. The new school calendar is approved and online. So if you're one of those people who like to plan ahead, I would go ahead and take a look at that and start planning your days for next year. The PTO scholarship is coming out pretty soon. So every year, our PTO gives out a scholarship to a student who has been at Rock Prairie, a senior who's graduating, who attended Rock Prairie for at least 2 years. And so they apply. And so if you have an older student who is graduating this year who went to Rock Prairie, they encourage you to apply through, I think everything is through the Education Foundation website. And they have multiple grants, but for our Rock Prairie grant scholarship, make sure you go ahead and do that. And they are due by March 29th. And I believe that the PTO gives out a scholarship, and also the school gives out a scholarship to another student as well. So again, if you have a graduating senior, I would encourage them to apply. And those are due by March 29th. And does anybody else have any?
Well, and if anybody's interested in being on that scholarship review committee,
Yes.
that would be
Okay. Yes.
that would be good. So if any, I mean, I think if anybody's interested in, we get the anonymous
Yes.
scholarship apps and then review them. And,
Yes. You cannot. Yes. If anyone's interested in being on the committee where we review the scholarships, we would love to have you. And we only ask that you not have a graduating senior to review. And they're all done anonymously. So we don't even know. In fact, I think I would be the only person who knows their name. everything gets blacked out, and we grade them based on a rubric that we've kind of created. And it's really neat. I got to give out the scholarship last year, and it's a really cool process to be part of. And does anyone have anything else? No? Okay. Well, then I will go ahead and adjourn the meeting at 12:27. Yeah.